first item that we're going to cover is your online presence for your brand and your branding in general. Knowing how to build your brand online is essential for any product launching into retail, whether that be Amazon, eBay, Best Buy, Walmart, what have you. Having a website in place is not just having a website, it's having a website that brings their goal to fruition and tracks that goal along the way. So when you are going directly into big box retail or directly into independent retail, it's very different having a website that does that as opposed to going directly to consumers. The difference is having a goal of what you're conveying to that visitor. So if your visitor is going to be the buyer for Walmart, you're going to want to make sure that you reflect your social media, the buzz about your product, how many people are using it, products, pictures of it on the shelf, the reviews, any online PR, any endorsements that you have. All of that information comes into place, and it comes into place in one place. That's your website. That kind of information and all that self-aggrandizing promotions are not as applicable when you're going direct to the consumer. When you're going direct to a consumer, they're probably going to be on your website because they want to contact you for some reason. They want to find out where they can order your product, and they want to make sure that the product is going to work for them. So if you have a selfie stick that only works with Androids, you're going to want to have that on your website. You're going to want to put all of the details about your product on your website. That's a great place to put any nutrition information if you have a food product, or any safety information if you have a product for children or babies. Knowing how your online presence is branded is going to make a big difference when a retail buyer looks at your product and reviews you online. They're going to want to know that people are talking about you. And a great way to do that is through social media. As I said before, social media is not going to be the end-all be-all to drive foot traffic into the store. You're going to need a lot more promotion, a lot more guerrilla marketing, and we're going to cover that too. But social media is a great way to reflect all the efforts that you're doing in the field and the product being on the shelf. You're going to want pictures of the product on the shelf. You're going to want pictures of people using the product. People buying the product in the store is a great picture. You're going to want reviews. You're going to want Amazon reviews. You're going to want people on their blog to review you. You're going to want influencers to review you. You're going to want celebrity reviews. There's a lot of different ways that you can build the buzz about your product. And all of that comes into play when a buyer is deciding whether to take a competitor product that they've had for 5 years that's been selling sturdy and replace it with yours. So all of these different factors come into play. But before you even get a meeting with them, they usually Google you. People do that with dates now. You want to have your online chatter and your public relations really buzzing, especially when you pitch to that big box buyer. You're going to want people talking about your product on industry websites. You're going to want people reviewing your product on YouTube. You're going to want people talking about your product on Twitter. You're going to want a trending hashtag. All of these different things will come into play. And if you're not capable of doing this as an entrepreneur, what you need to do is you need to delegate. You need to find a niece, a nephew. You need to find an internet marketing person locally. Usually somebody in your family is going to be able to take this from you if you can't afford a professional service. But having something online is essential, and you're not going to get that online buyer meeting if you don't have a following behind you, and you're not going to get that purchase order unless people are asking for it online and there's a buzz. So building that online presence for your brand is going to be the first big box store must-have.